Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from Long Range Fangirl channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be talking to you guys. This weekend I could have gotten some videos up and out of the way, but you know what, I just wanted to relax. I didn't really feel like coming on here and making too much of videos, but you know what, I'm in the spirit today. I'm going to try to knock out 3 videos today so I won't be so backed up when it comes to my video ideas. So the 3 videos I want to talk about today, I want to talk about Gravity Falls and why. I want to talk about Gravity Falls. I'm going to be making a response video to why I do not feel like Gravity Falls is overrated. Because I watched the video yesterday, and for some reason, Gravity Falls was like on their list for overrated cartoons, so everybody knows how much I love that show. So we're going to have to make a video about that. I want to talk about Invincible seasons 1 through 3. We're going to talk about Invincible, and I want to talk about, what else is on here for things I want to talk about. And I want to talk about American Dad. I want to talk about the weirdest episode they've ever made, which is in season 4, episode 6. So we're going to get into all of that. So the very first video I want to talk about Invincible, okay? I want to talk about Invincible because I just got into Invincible, and I cannot believe that I am this late to the party. Invincible came out in 2021, and yet I was able to watch 3 seasons within, I want to say within a week within each other. I just got done watching Invincible in May, and I really want to say I probably started, I finished Invincible on May something. Can't really say too much because I watched it on my phone. So I started watching Invincible in April. So I was able to finish it within a month of each other. Even though the episodes are long as shit, they're like, sometimes they could be 48 minutes, sometimes they could be 58 minutes. But I can't say it's a drag of an episode. That's why I feel like if you're someone who likes superhero stuff, I will highly recommend Invincible. My only thing with Invincible is that if you're someone who doesn't like to watch episodes for too long, or you're not used to long running episodes, then maybe Invincible may not be for you. But I love superhero stuff, and I just, was just seeing that, Invincible is just one of them shows that was like, I just thought Invincible was on there for like one of the best superhero shows ever. So I decided, why not just take a look? And I love it. I love everything about Invincible, from the characters to the storytelling, everything. So we're going to get into something. I'm not going to try to recap everything from every season. I'm just going to tell y'all just a little rundown of what happened in season 1, 2, and 3, okay? So, in season 1, obviously, Mark gets his powers. His dad is Army Man. His dad is from, from this planet called Viltrumite. I was just about to fucking forget, y'all. His dad is from this planet called the Viltrumites and shit like that. So his dad is like an alien and shit like that. And, in the very first episode, Army Man kills are they called the Guardians? I'm gonna call them the Guardians because I was gonna call them motherfuckers because it has been like some time since I like watched season 1. So this is what we gonna do. Got my phone right here. We're gonna look it up. Invincible. Yeah. Army Man is from the planet of Viltrumite. Okay, so what was it called? The Guardians? The Guardians of the Globe. Okay, so in the very first episode, Army Man kills the Guardians of the Globe and try to make it look like that they all got attacked when Cecil and all of them came to pick them up in the next episode when they saw that Army Man was badly hurt. He made it look like that they all got attacked, right? So Cecil is like part of, I want to say the CIA or some shit like that, like CIA agent who works with like specifically yeah, not CIA. He's a DEO. Pretty much the same thing. That's why I said CIA. Let me stop stuttering. Let me just get to what I need to get to. So CIA works for the DEO. Wait, what? Works for the DEO. Pretty much like affairs with superheroes and shit like that. Like top-notch security systems and shit like that for superheroes. So the reason why I said he a CIA agent because it's kind of like that. Because, you know, they wear suits and shit. And, you know, it's like high power security and shit like that. So pretty much, you know, season one want to know what really happened to the Guardians of the Globe. They keep asking Omni-Man for questions and shit like that, and you know, he was acting kind of like fidgety and shit. Omni-Man was like, you know, and you know, what's kind of funny that Mark's mom didn't see like the red flaggy shit with him at first, but then, you know, she just started, you know, balancing shit and just added shit up, and nothing was making too much of sense. So that's why she was like, hold on, they found you, you was badly hurt, but all the Guardians of the Globe was dead. They can't find the villain. Your suit was filled with so much blood, you didn't want to take it to Cecil, you aggressively asked for it back. Like, what's going on? Like, the dad was just moving weird as fuck. Like, he was moving so weird. Like, he really was, for real. Like, nothing he was saying made too much of sense. Like, so that's why Deborah was like, okay, something ain't added up. Something is really weird. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I fucking agree. Ain't nothing added up. So when they had like the devil detective, you know, they called him in to do, you know, searches. He was connecting the dots, and he found that it was Omni-Man who killed Guardians of the Globe. And he knew that Debbie was onto that. That's why she went behind Omni-Man's back. What the fuck is Omni-Man's real name or fake name in the show? Oh my god, I think it's, what is it? Let me look it up, y'all, cause Nolan. Oh my god, I can't believe I just forgot his. The reason I forgot his real name is because they don't call him by Nolan or like that. They usually just say Omni-Man. So when Debbie knew something weird was like going on, and she knew that Nolan was not giving her the full story of what happened to the Guardians of the Globe, and how could he not remember what happened when he was there? So she knew something was fishy was up. So that's why she went behind his back and went to Art. And, you know, Art was able to connect the dots and basically say, like, yeah, Nolan killed the Guardians of the Globe. And at first she's thinking, oh, maybe it was self-defense. Maybe they did something for him to attack. And da-da-da-da-da. And Art was like, no, he threw the first punch. He indicated the attack. So that's when she find out that, you know, that her husband, who she's been married to for almost, like, damn, I think she said, like, 20 years, ain't really her husband. So that's when we get like to the last few episodes of the show, which are some of the greatest episodes I ever watched. When, you know, Nolan just put his full plan into, you know, when his plan was to come on Earth from the Vetramites to take over Earth and get Earth ready for war with the Vetramites and for them to take it over. One of the, like, episodes 7 and 8 are some of the greatest episodes I've ever I have ever watched in cartoon history. I've ever watched in cartoon history. Some of the best shit ever. So motherfucking good. So motherfucking good. You hear me? So it's just like, I feel like, you know, that's when they found out that his plan isn't really like what they said it was. He killing everybody. You know, they try to do everything in their power to stop this nigga. Nothing is working. Mark coming in and thinking, oh, he's trying to save his dad and shit, and his dad is trying to manipulate him and thinking that Caesar and all of the DEO is trying to kill him and shit like that. But then that's when, Nolan told Mark, like, hey, I'm not who you really think I am, like, talk about, that his mother is disposable to him. Mark is too. Talk about, oh, you really think you can stop me, and da. Basically trying to kill Mark, basically saying that, as my kid, you're disposable too, because I can go out and make tons of more children. I go out and make more and more kids. I go out and get married. This shit was crazy. Like, this nigga Nolan almost killed Mark. Like, those fighting scenes in episode 7 and 8 were some of the greatest fighting scenes I've ever seen produced when it came to superhero shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Some of the greatest shit ever. Like, Invincible is definitely one of the best shows I ever watched. I didn't even put that on my cartoon list yet because I wasn't done with season 3 yet when I made the list. But I could definitely say when I make my second list, it's gonna be on there. Might be in top 3. It might make some of y'all mad. I don't know, but it's definitely a good cartoon. And the only reason why people gonna say, oh, you can't put it on there for cartoons is because it's adult animated. Yeah, they have sex. Yeah, they be cussing. But at the end of the day, it's cartoon. It's not live action. It's a cartoon. Same thing with American Dad. Same thing with Family Guy and all that. Those are cartoons, so you can put those on a list for greatest cartoons if you want to. Or if you're gonna do adult animated list, do it. That's how I feel. But I feel like I'm making a cartoon list, so I could put those on there if I want. Who the fuck is trying to tell me that I can't? So that's season 1. I'm giving season 1 without a doubt a 10 out of 10. Definitely one of the best seasons I ever watched. It's so good. I have really nothing bad to say about it. Oh, and this is also Mark and Amber start to date in this season. I want to talk about that real quick before I even get to season 2 and season 3. The hate that Amber get, I think, is a little absurd, and this is series. Anyway, like I was saying, I think the hate that Amber's character did is a little ridiculous, and I say that because she did nothing wrong. It's like none of y'all ever think of how many chances she actually gave Mark to tell her the truth, and how she gave him a chance even after he told her that he was a superhero. Like, I don't get how him running around and being a superhero in secret and not telling her she's the bad guy. Talk about she's selfish and all this other shit. Like, I literally just listened to this girl talk about it on TikTok, and I agree. I don't think Amber is a bad person at all. I don't think she's a bad character or anything. She's a smart girl, very intelligent. My only thing is that she tried so hard to make her relationship with Mark work, and he was not, like, putting any effort in. Like, I thought their relationship was bad in season 1 with him running around and not telling her he was a superhero. But damn, when I watched season 2, it's even worse because, no, season 2 or 3. I definitely think it might be season 3 that I'm thinking of. Let's look it up when they break up. Because I think it's in season 3. Oh yeah, they broke up in season 2, like I said. Like, I thought their relationship was better in season 1, but it got worse in season 2, like, way worse. Like, it was just worse because Mark was never around, and I just feel like there was just so many obligations that he had that I just feel like she was never going to understand. She's a human, she's not a superhero, so she does not understand the commitment. She does understand the commitment he has to the world. She just wished he would put her more of his priority. You feel me? And, you know, even after he told Caesar that he's going to need to take a break, or that he's going to need some time off because he wanted to spend more time with Amber. That still didn't work. I feel like Amber really should have broken up with him before that Vegemite lady came down and like had her like hand around Amber's neck and threatened to snap it in front of Mark. Amber should have been broke up with Mark way before that. But you feel like, you know, she feel like after that Vegemite lady came on the planet and, you know, and that she almost lost her life, she just, you know, just told Mark, like, I cannot be with you. Like, I don't understand your world. It's just too dangerous, and I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think it's safe for us to be in a relationship, and I agree. Like, I feel like she tried so hard to understand his commitment to the world, being a superhero, and I think she was okay with not being his priority up until it just took a huge toll on her. Like, this relationship doesn't work. How we expect to make this relationship work when we can't even make us work? So I definitely understand where Amber was coming from. I just don't get why she gets hated. I don't think she should, because anybody else who's in her situation, you would feel the same way. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you would feel the same way. Your significant other is keeping secrets and running around and lying about what they're doing, and instead of telling you the truth, you had to find out on your own, and then you're going to say, oh, how could she even be that? How could she still be mad when she found out when they talk about the fans said, why is she even mad when she found out that he was a superhero already within those 2 weeks? You mean after he lied about it for 6 fucking months? It doesn't matter that she found out. It's the fact that he lied about it. He never told her what he was. He never told her what he was doing. It's the fact that he kept it a secret. That's the problem. And none of y'all ever see that Mark, basically, and I fuck with Mark. I do. I love Mark. I think he's definitely a good protagonist. But I'm about to call my nigga out real quick. None of y'all ever call him out for basically telling Amber that he's a superhero as a manipulation tactic, as basically trying to pull her in so she wouldn't leave him. Because she already broke up with him, you feel me? And he couldn't tell her that he was a superhero. So he thought if she didn't know that he was a superhero and he told her that he is a superhero, that she wouldn't leave. None of y'all can actually see that for what it was. It was a manipulation tactic. Oh well. Back to, like we said, in season 2, Amber and Mark broke up. Like I said, in season 1, they became a couple. I thought they were really cute. But I instantly felt like they were not going to work. And then season 2, like again, I thought they was probably going to make it work, but it didn't work. And it just sucks that it happened. It is what it is. I'm kind of glad it is over, because now he can stop wasting my good sis time. Like I said, in season 2, oh my god, why are my allergies always passing when I'm making a video? It's so annoying. Okay, I'm sorry. So in season 2, basically, season 2, Army Man is on this planet with aliens. Find out he done got remarried. Mark Dad done got remarried. Mark Dad done got remarried. Got a kid. So Mark got a brother. Mark takes him to Earth so him and his mom could take care of him. I love Debbie's character in this season. Like, them all, like her and Mark dealing with trauma with some of the greatest storytelling they told in this season. I wish they would have went more into her alcoholism, like the way they did in the comic book, like her really like just, you know, because in the show, yes, she was drinking a lot, but it wasn't to the extent like how it was in the comic book when I watched the guy's video. Like in the comic book, she just wake up in the neck of dawn and just, you know, pour a glass of wine, and, you know, Mark come home, see her passed out on the couch. Like, she just, was just drinking to wash the pain away. Like, I wish they would have done that more, but I like that they showed that she didn't want to just intoxicate herself with drinking, that she was actually dealing with a lot. Like, one of my favorite scenes is when she broke the cabinet and just, just smashed everything in the kitchen. She just broke down because she was trying to stay strong for Mark, trying to stay strong for everyone. She just finally broke down and, just teared up. And, Mark walk in and, she see that he a superhero and, still being invincible, saving people. And she just see that, all of this is just, it's becoming too painful and too much damage. Like, what are they really getting out of this? You feel me? And, at first she didn't want Mark to comfort her, to show her any comfort. But then, he got down and he hugged his mama and just held her as she cried. Like, that's one of my favorite scenes in the show, because I feel like Debbie was really going through it. Like, everything that happened, everything that Omni-Man did, all of that was put on her and Mark. Like, everything that he destroyed and everything that he did, the families he took, the lives that he took, that all was put on her and Mark, and I did not like that shit. I think it was completely unfair that, yes, Omni-Man is Mark's father, and that, yes, she was married to this man. They didn't kill those people, and she didn't know who the fuck she was married to. So the blame shouldn't be put on them. I thought that was really, really hurtful. Like, when she went to that group and that man that she was talking to, and, she told him that, she was married to Omni-Man, and he said the one who killed people, because he killed his wife that was in the Guardians of the Globe. And he instantly just put the blame on Debbie and told her that she should not come back to the, what would you call it? The grieving group for when you lose a significant other that you're married to, pretty much. He told her he don't think it's a good idea for her to come back there, considering her husband is the one who caused so many people in that room so much pain and damage. And I was just like, damn, she just gets ostracized, she just gets put to the side. Nobody can really understand what she's going through. I hate that for my girl Debbie. Like, I really hate that. Like, no one really understood what she was going through either. And like I said, I liked it was like one episode opening where, she was basically considering suicide. Like, she walked, like, don't you know how on a freeway there's like a sidewalk? Pretty much she was walking on the sidewalk and, she just was like, how, don't you know, like, where it's like so much grass right there by towards freeway? She was like walking down there and, about to jump into the street. Like, she was basically committing suicide. But then she went to Nolan's fake grave to make the world think that he died or whatever. She went to his grave and basically just poured her heart out to get some type of closure, to get some clarity. And I love that for her. Like I said, Mark bring his brother down to earth. His name is Oliver. Him and Debbie agreed to take care of him, even though Cecil feels like it's a good idea to bring him in. And, Mark say they're not doing that because that's his brother and this is he's their family. Let them figure out what they're going to do without him trying to be involved. But I agree. Cecil was so annoying. Like, I fuck with him at first, but I feel like now when I watch the show, there's a lot of times when he just oversteps his boundaries. Like, not every time someone new come in Mark's life, you do not need to have a say in any of it. Go do something with your life. Bye. Go do something. Like, he just overstepped his boundaries, and it's like, Cecil, what can we do to help you, bro? Like, he just overstepped his boundaries. I thought the villain in season 2 was cool. I do not care, listen to me. The alien that Seth Rogen played, I do not care for that alien at all. I wish they would stop showing him. Like, the whole thing with him trying to get, Omni-Man and all that shit, I really didn't care for that. I paid attention to it in season 3, when Nolan was getting tortured by the Vertramites and shit like that. But in season 2, I did not care for that alien. I just didn't. Like, they gave him so much screen time. It's like, I really didn't care, for real. I love Rex. Love Rex. Rhodey and Monster Girl, I feel like they don't have chemistry to me. Because, like I said, it's crazy that Rhodey wanted to become a human so he could be with Monster Girl. But I feel like whenever I look at them, I feel like he's trying to fix her, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like he's trying to fix her. And I feel like they don't really have much chemistry because I feel like their relationship never really got that much screen time. The only time I really say I really liked them is when she took him out and, you know, just showed him what's like to be a human. She went out and, you know, made him eat burgers and french fries. They just did all types of stuff. And you know what? I just feel like, okay, they can grow on me, but it's a fact they never really did with them too much in season 1 or season 2 for me to really care. So that's that for real. But like I said, I thought the villain in here, what is his name? Astra Storm Levy. I thought he was okay. Like, I thought his powers, you know, him teleporting and shit like that, he could make portals and stuff like that. I thought that was cool, but him as a villain, I feel like, again, mad at the wrong person. He's mad at Mark for all the wrong reasons because since he didn't already fucked up time and went to different dimensions, he thinks the Mark that's on his planet is the monster, and he thinks, okay, let's try to see if I can make this make sense. When season 2 opened up, they're showing him, another him, the dude Ash Storm. They're showing another him in another dimension where Mark and his father Omni-Man killed thousands of innocent people to get the war started for the Vetramites, take over the planet. And then in the last episode, he's still confusing Mark that's on Earth with the other Mark from the other dimensions that he saw, who killed his wife, who killed his son, who killed thousands of people. So he thinks the Mark on Earth is just as much of a monster as the ones he saw in his other dimensions, and when he would go to the portals and shit like that. So that is why he wants to hurt Mark, because he feel like he's no different, right? So, but at the end of the day, he's mad at Mark for that, and because he thought because Mark was the one who mutated him into a monster, like made him a freak, when it's like, no, you're the one who tried to take the helmet off during the fucking, whatever those alien thingies were doing to him. You're the one who took it off and you fucked it up, and that's why you look like that. So the fact that he tried to blame a nigga Mark for that shit was lame. But I like that they showed that, you know, Mark in season 3 has to carry how he killed Storm, even though it was by accident. He didn't mean to kill him, but in the heat of the moment, that's what he did. So, like I said, in season 2, when Mark and Amber broke up, that's when they started, like, doing hints of Mark and Eve. Now, me personally, because we're going to go on to season 3, I'm going to give season 2 a 9.5 out of 10. Because, for the most part, I did enjoy this season. I'm not going to cap. I did enjoy it. Now, like I said, they were doing stuff when they went hinting, like Eve and Mark. I feel like when I watched season 3, them getting together, it felt so random to me because I feel like they never show any hints of them being like attracted to each other. But you know, me being me, I went back and I watched like the first season. There were always hints. Even in season 2, there were always hints. Like, I feel like him and Eve liked each other in season 1, but she was still dealing with her shit with Rex. And you know, he was trying to be, and I feel like he only shot his shot with Amber because Eve, you know, was with Rex, so that's why he went with Amber, right? So, well, like I said, I always look at that moment where when Mark and Amber was making out on the bed, Eve was there for comfort because she just found out that Rex cheated on her. So she went to Mark's place for comfort, and she saw that he was making out with Amber. So she looked at happy for him, and she also looked at her. So basically, Eve and Mark were basically pushing their feelings for each other on the side because A, they was only dealing with other people, or it was just always something else going on. But I can really say, when I watched this 3, I feel like Mark and Amber, not Mark and Amber, I feel like Mark and Eve really needed to grow on me because I was not sure. I wasn't really a big fan of them just taking Mark out of a relationship and putting him back as another one so quickly. I wasn't a fan of that, and I'm thinking like, okay, y'all doing too much. Like, he just broke up with Amber in season 2. Why y'all so quick to put him back in another relationship? I would say him and Eve, that one little episode they gave them for their like their little relationship montage, they definitely grew on me. They have chemistry. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that they don't. They definitely do, and they're cute. Like I feel like I feel they communicate more than him and Amber ever did, and I can't really say, oh, what. I can't really blame that on Amber because I feel like for the most part, most of the shit that she just had to swallow and just be like she is okay with it. But deep down, I feel like she really wasn't. But you know what? I stand by what I stand by. I definitely feel like Mark and Eve they just communicated way better. They just communicated way better, and since she was a superhero, she kind of understood what he was going through. They kind of understood what each other was going through for real. So that's what makes their relationship work better. They work as a team. Like I said, I love that. You know what? Hold on. Before we even get to that, Cesar is basically a hypocrite, pretty much. Basically saying that, telling Mark that all the superheroes who kill people and whatnot, he made them better when he like remade them into like robots and some shit. Pretty much the same thing that he did to Donald. I forgot to mention that in season 2. That was a good storyline I liked too, when, he brought Donald back to life as a robot, and pretty much Donald had a history of constantly dying, and they had to always bring him back to life as a robot and everything like that. So I thought that was a pretty good storyline too. So in season 3, Mark finds out that that's what Cesar does. That if someone evil dies, they take their body and just reincarnate it into a robot or like metal parts or something like that. So that's when Mark finds out that is why the guy in season 1 who almost tried to kill his best friend and his boyfriend, Cesar never locked him up. He just used him to make monsters. So that's when they give Cesar an episode of showing his background of how he got into the DEO and how his boss pretty much is the same thing. Like they took evil monsters and made them into robots, made them good so they could work for them. Mark had an issue with that. He checked Cesar about it. Cesar felt threatened because he was coming to his personal space, and he told Mark that he made these robots to protect him from Mark. Mark beat them all up. Cesar got this fucking button to attack Mark and shit. This is one of the best episodes. I love this episode. I think this is episode 2, if I'm not mistaken. It's episode 2 or 3. It might be it's either 2 or 3 where all that shit happened when Mark like basically confronted Cesar for all that fuck shit that he was doing. And when they go to the Guardians of the Globe, they all fight the robots because Cesar was attacking Mark and none of them was feeling that shit. And my nigga Rex, fuck my nigga Rex. My nigga Rex basically told Cesar, fuck you. We not your motherfucking puppets. You don't control us. You don't tell us what we can and can't do. And what is this one nigga name? I forgot the nigga name that's control of the fucking Guardians of the Globe. But he was from the main team for Guardians. I forgot the nigga name. But anyway, Rex pretty much tell the leader that he could kiss his ass or whatnot, and that he quit in the team. Mark get up and he grabbed this nigga Cesar by his neck so motherfucking hard and told him that they are done, that he never gonna work for him again, and that if he ever come anywhere near him or his celly again, he gonna kill that nigga. Cesar felt that shit. So that was a good episode. One of the main things I'm gonna always have a problem with in Invincible is that they kill my nigga Rex off. Like in I want to say episode 7 of season 3, they kill a nigga Rex off. I had a goosebump with that because I absolutely love Rex, and I feel like they killed him off when they just was giving him his character redemption arc and his character development. Because in season 2, he got shot in the head, came back to life, and he told Eve that that he just looked back on his life and just realized how much of a piece of shit he was to her in their relationship. How he should have duplicated and all that shit, and that he just want to be a better person, a better friend, and eventually a good boyfriend, a good husband to whoever that lucky woman will be. And I feel like they built him and Ray up in season 3, and I absolutely love their connection. Him and Ray just for the short amount of time that they had, they were so fucking cute. They killed a nigga Rex off, and I have a huge problem with that because they killed him off as soon as they were about to give him, as soon as they were giving him his character development and his character redemption. I'm irritated as fuck. Like, anyway, also in this season, Mark's brother Oliver gets his powers. This kid gets on my motherfucking nerves. Like, they didn't do something fast and quick for me to make me like this kid, because for season 3, he just was giving me a fucking headache. He just was doing too much, just running around, doing all types of shit, not listening. He just was really, really irritating as fuck to me. But he gets his powers, and Mark and Debbie were shocked that he got his powers so early because they've never seen it before. What else? Like I said, Mark and Eva together. Oh, another thing. They did have Conquest come at episode 7, and him and Mark fight out on episode 8. Jeffrey Dean Morgan voicing Conquest was definitely a good decision, because I feel like he definitely has the voice of a villain. My only thing with the whole Conquest thing is that I kind of feel like if he's not in season 4, I feel like they kind of wasted him as a villain. And I only say that because I don't think they should have had killed him in season 3. No. So but at the end of the day, Cecil didn't get rid of his body at the end of season 3 anyway. He told Donald that they only be the ones who know that they're keeping Conquest, and that they gonna fix him or whatever. And then when he come alive, that when he wake up, they gonna ask him some questions about the virtual minds, when they're coming to Earth, all types of shit. So I just feel like they better do something, because if not, I feel like they kind of just wasted Conquest. Like, what? I'll give it season 3 a 10 out of 10. But like I said, I love Invincible, and this is just my little review. You know, me just, talk about seasons 1 through 3. I cannot wait for season 4. I'm gonna be so motherfucking excited. I don't know when that season dropping, but I need it to drop immediately. Like, I need it to come on, because this, it probably won't even be coming out until maybe somewhere next year, because they just got done with this season in early, March. So, yeah, I need them to, come on, let's get into it, you feel me? But, yes, this is my Invincible seasons 1 through 3 review. Catch you guys in my next video.